Hey guys, Mick here from Kudos Health and Fitness, and today I want to talk to you about talking to yourself. Random, I know, and I'm not absolutely crazy. There is a bit of method to my madness. So whether you like it or not, and whether you would admit it or not, we all talk to ourselves every single day. Sometimes this is verbal, other times it's on a subconscious level. So what we do when we talk to ourselves is we create these stories, and we have created these stories, should I say, over time when we've had these conversations with ourselves or these thoughts to ourselves that have become fact. So basically the brain believes what it's repeatedly told. So the internal story we are telling ourselves becomes our programming, and it becomes our beliefs. And our beliefs become our values, and they dictate our behaviours and therefore our results. So from a young age and as we grow up, if you're told or you tell yourself that you're not good enough, or you're not worthy, or you're fat, or you always fail, or you're not good enough for a certain person in a relationship, or whatever the case may be, if you constantly tell yourself this story, it becomes ingrained in you and it is a belief. And one of the jobs of the brain is to search for evidence that solidifies its current belief system and create it as fact. So for example, if you are constantly telling yourself on a subconscious level, again, this isn't necessarily you saying out loud, I'm fat, or I always fail, or I'll never lose weight. If they're sort of on a subconscious level, the programming in the story that you're telling yourself, that will become your belief. And therefore, when you engage in any sort of exercise program or nutrition plan, on a subconscious level, your brain will search for ways to prove to itself that you're a failure and you're gonna not succeed, and you will default to those sort of behaviors. Okay, so again, have a think about the conversations you have with yourself, either verbal or the little internal stories we have, because it is going to become your beliefs. It's very, very powerful, the conversations that we have with ourselves. And on the flip side of that, if we find that we are aware that we're having, that negative conversation, that negative belief about ourselves, it's really important to consciously make an effort to change those. So have conversations with yourself mentally, whether you write it down. There's huge power in that, with cognitive relationship with writing things down and verbalizing things. And it needs to be rational. So on the flip side, if we've sort of had those negative conversations and that negative beliefs and that negative programming that's instilled in us, to turn that on its head and move forward in a more positive way, we need it to be rational. So we can't just go, if we've always had this belief for 15, 20 years that we're a failure and we're fat and we're not good enough and we'll always, fall flat on our face when we engage in any sort of programming. If we flip that and go, I'm successful, I'm going to be amazing, I'm going to have a six-pack by Christmas, if that's not realistic and it's not rational, your brain will flick it and say, no, that's not true. So it needs to be rational. So something like, I'm working towards better health and I'm proud of myself for doing so. That is a rational statement, and it's true, and it is factual. And that your brain will eventually, something like that, use that as the programming and that sort of internal mantra to reshift those beliefs in a more positive fashion. So today, have a think about the conversations you're having with yourself, either verbally or internally, because they will become your beliefs will become your values, and your values will dictate your behaviors and your results. Have a great day, guys.